All right, this is episode 4 of the Boys Incorporated podcast.
Cool.
This is
Yeah.
this is an entire 4
Yeah.
episodes further than I thought we'd get.
Exactly. Let's just keep recycling that joke every episode.
Of course.
Every episode, we just got to say the number of the episode it is, and we didn't expect to get that many more episodes in. So, you can probably hear Nate's back from being incarcerated.
I am.
So, that's good. So, yeah.
God,
With the hospital.
He was totally incarcerated in the fucking hospital.
Got a good story. If you want to start it off with one.
Yeah, dude, go for it.
All right, so I told both of you about this separately, I think.
Okay.
But I got an MRI done when I was in there.
All right.
And they asked me if I wanted music. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, I don't like small spaces. That'll probably help, right? They're like, okay, what kind of music do you like? I'm like, okay, well, I like classic rock, mostly 60s and 70s, whatever. I'm like, okay, we're going to put on like a Pandora station for you. I'm like, okay, cool. So they put me on the table. They strapped me down. They put a cage over my head.
That
They
sounds
showed
like
me-
someone's kink, by the way.
It is. It's
Strapped to
definitely-
the table, head on the cage.
Oh, you become an MRI technician.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So I'm on
my
this table.
thanks.
Of course. That's why you're going to be an MRI technician.
Hell yeah.
But they shoved me in the tube, and I'm moving back and forth in this very small metal tube. It's barely bigger than my body, so I already feel trapped and like attacked at the same time. And there's mechanical whirring everywhere, and I just start thinking to myself, and they say they were going to play music, and then as that thought goes through my head, they start blaring Fortunate Son through the tube, like directly into this tube. It's just the startup, and I'm like, what the fuck? We're getting Vietnam flashbacks and shit in this tube. Oh my
Exactly.
god!
That's
It's the
actually
most
what-
surreal experience
That's
of my
what
life.
that's what they're scanning for. They're like, we need to make sure you aren't actually just a Vietnam War vet. So we're gonna throw you in the tube and then try to jog your memory with some Creedence Clearwater. See if that brings anything back. Just yelling about
That was
the
my
fucking
favorite band in music.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just yelling about the VK in the trees.
Oh my god.
You start saying some classified shit about Agent Orange. Like, whoa, what the
Orange.
fuck? Who are you? Yeah, who are you, dude? Dude, yeah, hospitals are fucking weird. Like,
Oh my god. It's weird.
I've probably told you guys about this, but I had a very opposite experience in a very similar thing. It wasn't an MRI, but like a year ago, like almost a full year ago. It's actually a little bit over a year ago. I got my appendix taken out, and I think when they were trying to figure out what was wrong initially, I think it was a CAT scan. I can't tell. It was some sort of like scan thing they needed to do. I wasn't really paying attention. And they're like, okay, we're going to have you sit in this tube thing. And they had me drink a bunch of like water with dye in it like an hour before. Just so like that's what they could scan for to make sure shit was being processed properly. And, they're like, okay, well, we're going to put you in the tube. And when we say now, hold your breath and like close your eyes. And I was like, okay, that's not concerning at all. So they're like, no, it's fine. It's perfectly safe, but we're going to be over here behind the blast shield. I was like, okay. And they're like, oh, and one thing to make sure, like, just that you know before we do this, is that when it's scanning you, the dye is going to feel really warm. Like, it's going to feel warm inside your body where the dye is. So, like, don't be alarmed by that. That's completely normal. And I was like, okay. And they're talking about how some people actually are in the middle of getting this scan done, and they think that they've pissed themselves because it feels like that. And I was like, alright, so I'll just not think that I pissed myself. And they start doing it, and it felt fucking great. Like, as soon as they fired up the machine, it was just kind of this weird, warm feeling that spread across my entire body, dude. That shit was amazing. If that doesn't give me cancer in 50 years, that'll be hella worth.
I think even if you got cancer from that, it would still be cool.
Yeah, probably. I mean, 50 years is a long time. I've lived a lot of life if I'm 68.
I'm already done.
I
Like, I don't want to kill myself, but waking up every morning is a little excessive.
Yeah, really. It's it's
It's
getting
very
a little
demanding.
it's getting a little tedious, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm already bored.
You know, this whole being alive thing, you know, it's alright, I guess. It's not really my thing, but, you know, it's alright. Alright, so, we were talking a little bit before about, we both have a retail story we want to talk about. So,
So many.
okay, I'm going to start with one that I think might get you a little fired up.
Alright, go ahead.
So this was my first week on the job, and like the first day they had me doing computer training, which was basically you're just sitting in front of a computer watching videos where they tell you to do shit, and it like doesn't apply to your job at all. Like, I'm gonna be mostly shipping shit out of the store because COVID, but like they're showing me videos on how to use the vacuum cleaner. Like, that's never gonna be part of my job, but they were showing me anyway. And one of the things they showed me is that this specific brand store does not have a union. Like, they literally refuse to unionize.
Oh my god.
And I was like, dude, that's awesome, because I know you fucking hate your union.
Oh my god, I gotta pay my union dues. It's such bullshit.
Oh yeah, I was telling one of the people that was like there on the training, I was like, I'm actually really happy that we don't have a union. And she's like, why is that? And I was like, because the only other person I know that works in retail is forced into the union, and he tells me it sucks dick.
It's the worst.
It sounds
money out of my
fucking
paycheck.
awful. Yeah, really, they're just taking your money for what? You're not going to be working retail forever.
I'm 18. I don't need job security.
Yeah, wow. What if they fire you? I don't know, I'll get a job at the next retail place, like...
I'll work at CVS.
Exactly, it's not that bad. Just, yeah, move to an adjacent store. Fuck it, go work at the same business, just a different branch down the street.
Easily could.
Yeah, really, it's like, dude, the union sounds really shitty. So I was like, I'm really hyped that they're not doing that. And I was talking to a few other people, and they also have some really shitty union stories from before they worked there, and it sounds awful. There was actually a guy that I was talking to, I think it was earlier today, and he had a union story from the same place that you work, but from like decades ago. What's up?
I haven't heard many, like, union stories from my boss.
Oh.
Said it was from where I work.
Yeah, it was not the same building, but it was like the business. He was like, I used to work at the place that you work, and
Rite Aid.
yeah,
Rite Aid.
yeah, exactly. He's like, I used to work at Rite Aid, and he's like, the union sucks, and I was like, that's what I've heard. I was like, I've heard it's really shitty.
They call me.
Yeah.
They call me on my personal phone all the time, and I tell them to fuck off. They fire me for being mean to the union.
Yeah, really. You should be allowed to be mean to the union. You're paying them.
He called me in the hospital. I was sitting in a hospital bed, and he called me, and he goes, "Can you help us? We're like trying to rally to raise minimum wage." And I said, "Fuck off! I'm in the hospital," and I hung up.
Damn. We're trying to raise the minimum wage. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. How about you give me some more medical insurance, and then we'll talk.
I would probably assist with the minimum, but like otherwise, fuck off.
Really? Why?
I don't care.
Money.
Yeah, but if it's a minimum wage bump and you're not making minimum wage, doesn't that do nothing? Right? So like,
oh, Nick, you don't make minimum wage?
I make above minimum wage.
Yeah, well, you can't.
I don't deserve to.
Yeah, but like, I mean, okay, so like the minimum wage here is like $7.25 per hour, I think, something like that. Which is, it sounds pretty shitty. But neither of us.
Shitty. Everywhere else is like $10.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm making like $11 an hour now. I just started.
Like 9.
I'm pretty sure that's minimum wage in like Massachusetts.
Dude, I'm fine with that. I'm not super bothered by that. But if they're like, let's raise the minimum wage in Pennsylvania, I'm like, dude, I'm already like $4 ahead of that, so no thanks. I'm okay, actually.
I would still probably help, but like,
Just my hate for the union.
I'm not gonna pay
overrides my need
anything,
for
but
money.
like whatever else.
I'll let you use my name. Sign the petition
Yeah.
for me, and I'll, vouch if they ask. It's about
Yeah,
all.
that's fine, but I'm not paying you nothing to fucking present.
Exactly. If they're like, hey, we're running a campaign to get the minimum wage increased to $10, can we count on your financial support? You'd be like, fuck no. I'm not giving you my money. Fuck that. That sucks.
Yeah. You
Like-
can use my name though. I'll absolutely vouch for you. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like, right, because that's a very easy thing to be in support of, because it's not. From my very limited understanding of it, it's not super complicated. It's just give everyone a little bit more money if they're working minimum wage. It's like
Yeah.
it's hard to be against that. Like, I think the people that are paid the least should make a little bit more. It's like, okay, that seems fairly reasonable. Okay, I guess. So, Nate, do you have any retail stories you'd like to talk about? Because I don't have any that are super interesting yet.
Alright, I got a list on my phone. I'm scrolling through it right now. Because I just record them as they happen.
Okay.
as one does.
Yeah. You say that, but like I'm probably gonna do the same thing. So you know.
That's what I mean. As one does. I wasn't sarcastic.
Oh, okay. Thought it was. Wow, that's weird. I was like, it's really not.
Alright.
No, I would absolutely do the same fucking
So,
thing.
I think a lot of these kind of have the same recurring themes.
Okay.
So, like, one of the big ones is just people flipping the fuck out whenever I ask them for their ID when they're buying cigarettes.
Nice.
My first closing shift, and all I need is a driver's license. Like, if you drove to my store, you should have your fucking license.
Yeah. What the?
My first
fuck?
closing shift, my very first one, this guy came in. He was maybe like 30, mid-20s, but he looked like a crackhead. And
Dude,
Sure,
can my
take
dog
it.
shut the fuck up, please? He won't stop barking. I was like, I'm gonna completely derail your story for a second while I complain about this for no reason. So,
dogs override anything.
yeah, exactly. My dog is barking like a fucking maniac because he's outside, and he doesn't really do it when he's inside. And I was like, hey, gonna record. My mom was like, alright, cool. So then she just fucking let the dog out, I guess. Like, okay, fuck it. Go on out, boy. Alright, continue. Yeah.
So, crackhead guy comes in, and he tries to buy cigarettes. And I'm like, okay, I need to see valid ID. And he goes, what? Like, I didn't know that was that controversial, but okay. And he goes, no. I'm clearly old enough. Like, well, no, you look kind of young, and I have to card anybody anyway. Like, I'm not going to risk my job for you. I don't know you. And he's like, no, just give me the cigarettes. I'm like, look, sir, I turn my register around. I'm like, look at the screen. Like, it locks up until I scan an ID. And he goes, no, you got to sell these to me. Like, all right, this just keeps getting worse and worse, right? So finally I said, sir, I can't serve you. I got to get to the next person in line because I had a long line at that point. So he starts screaming and calling me racial slurs for some reason. And I'm like, he leaves. But there's a window right behind me, right behind the register, right?
Yeah.
So as I'm helping the next people in line, he's standing out there for at least 10, 15 minutes, banging on the window, flipping me off, screaming, fuck you, you cunt, this, that, whatever. My boss comes out and he tries to get him to leave. He just won't fucking leave. My boss calls the cops and finally they get him out. But, I mean, it must have gone on for at least 20 minutes.
Dude, imagine
First closing shift there.
imagine you're that guy and you've probably got a few warrants out for your arrest for, I don't know, probably dealing crack. And you go back to jail because you were a fucking idiot and you decided to harass the guy at Rite Aid who wouldn't sell you cigarettes and got the cops called on you.
God.
What a fucking idiot. Like, imagine going back there like
Second arrest.
yeah, exactly. He's
A crime on a white person.
yeah, exactly. He's in jail and like one of the other inmates is like, yo, how'd you get in here? And he goes, I was banging on the window at Rite Aid because the guy didn't sell me cigarettes. It's like, what the fuck?
God. People are the worst.
Dude, that's the best is I haven't really been working the floor a whole lot in the place that I work, and even when I do, it's usually before we fucking open. So I really don't deal with a lot of stupid shit that people do. Like, really the only question I've been asked is, hey, do you guys sell this, or where's the bathroom? So,
My whole
No-
job, just people's stupid bullshit.
well, yeah, you work the register, I don't.
Yeah.
So you gotta deal with everyone that wants to buy anything.
Yes.
Whereas I can just, like, if they don't see me, I don't deal with them.
This guy came in one time and he's like, "Hey, where's the medicine?" Like, what?
The medicine.
Medicine. I'm like, okay, well, we have like painkillers or like cold and flu medicine or first aid, or we have like, prescriptions at the pharmacy. And he's like, he rolls his eyes. Like, medicine. Like, I'm the retarded one.
Oh, yeah, like, you're the one being unreasonable here. I like
It's
the...
like, I told him aisle 1. I'm like, he can work his way out from aisle 1. He'll find it.
You'll know it when you see it, I guess. So, like, I think this dude wandered into Rite Aid, and he has, like, he's got some real-life video game logic where he thinks he walks in, and there's just a bottle of pills, and if he, like, eats them all, he'll just become healthy.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter what pills they are.
It's just pills.
Exactly, it's just medicine. Like,
Just medicine.
where is the medicine at? Medicine for what? Being sick. Oh, that medicine. Yeah, it's over there.
For ailments.
Why didn't you say so? Like, what the fuck? Dude didn't buy anything, he just went next door and he's like, yeah, do you guys have a whole fucking roasted turkey I could eat to recover? You guys have a first aid kit? And they're like, yeah. And he opens it up and he's like, what the fuck is all this? It's like gauze and bandages and shit. And he's like, what am I supposed to do with this? How's this supposed to heal me? Dude, I wish real life had video game healing methods. I wish you could heal in real life. Like, yeah. Dude, yeah, I wish you could heal in real life doing shit from, like, a video game. Yeah. Yeah, that guy probably died because, like, it doesn't work like that. And I feel like you were kind of irresponsible for not telling him that. You should have sat him down and told him that medicine doesn't work like that.
It's not my kid.
This dude played one campaign of Left 4 Dead 2 and then came to the pharmacy that day. Yeah, really. That is kind of just Darwin doing work. Like,
it's just nature.
Yeah. Yeah, really. At that point, if you think there's just, like, one pill that fixes everything, and that pill isn't cyanide, you're kind of a fucking idiot.
Solve all your problems.
Yeah, exactly. A cyanide pill actually will solve all your problems.
Yeah, you can't have problems if you're dead.
Exactly. Or so I'm told. I haven't tried it.
I don't know how good of a lesson that is, but
yeah, exactly. That's the takeaway from our fucking stupid conversation is, killing yourself isn't that bad. It's a horrible message. Fuck, dude. Yeah, exactly. Suicide is badass. Danny DeVito said so. Are you gonna doubt Danny DeVito? I didn't think so.
Oh my god. Danny DeVito.
Okay.
Alright, this is totally off topic.
Go for it.
But my friend, she does like all these crazy art projects and shit. Like, she's a really talented artist. And I recently paid her to make me a 10-foot long dick scarf. It's just like a regular scarf, but it's got like 3D dick and like dick head on one end and balls on the other.
Okay.
And she goes, alright, give me like something more creative. I need something better to do after this. I'm like, okay. And I was talking to my girlfriend, and we finally came up with it. And I texted her the other day. I'm like, okay, I want a life-sized Danny DeVito anime body pillow.
Oh my god.
So it's going to cost me quite a bit, but it's going to be worth it.
That'll definitely be worth it. You have a fucking body pillow with Danny DeVito on it. Now, are you getting the full weeb where on the back it's him and he's like in a sexy pose? Is it did you go body pillow or did you go Docky?
I went like amorphous blob body pillow with floppy arms and Danny DeVito's face with it.
Okay.
Well, I'd say it's sexy enough on its own.
I mean, sure, but like it can always get sexier with Danny DeVito.
That's true. There is no limit with him.
So, on the subject of rapidly changing the subject, I've got something I want to bring up just before we really start devolving here. So, this is something that happened a few weeks ago, and I think it's really fucking funny. So, I don't know if you guys follow baseball at all, like MLB.
I don't sports.
No, okay. So, basically, you don't need to be like a baseball fan or anything to get this. Okay, Joe just dropped out of the call. I don't know what that's about, but we can keep going. So, you don't have to be a baseball fan to understand this. So basically, there was a guy that, like, he's usually the commentator for the Cincinnati Reds. Right? Like, he's always the dude that's talking, giving the play-by-play for this team. And he said a homophobic slur on air, and then he tried to apologize for it. And there's something that is so fucking funny to me about this apology. So first off, what he actually fucking said was, for some reason they were cutting back from, like, commercial break or some shit, and they just caught him on, like, for some reason, the second half of the sentence being one of the F word, and I don't mean the fuck word, capitals of the world, in reference to an unknown location. Right? So, like...
We don't know what he was talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit.
He's like, this is the F word capital of the world.
Alright, it's San Francisco, but we'll pretend we don't know what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly. We're going to pretend we don't know. That's who he's talking about. But basically they caught that, so then, like, a little... The story I'm reading is saying at the top of the 5th inning, he had to apologize for it.
Jesus.
So, the thing I think is my favorite about him having to apologize is midway through, he stops apologizing, commentates the game that is still going on, and then continues apologizing.
He's got to keep his priorities straight.
Exactly. So I'm going to read to you, word for word, what this guy said. So he starts his apology by saying, I made a comment earlier tonight that I guess went out over the air that I am deeply ashamed of. If I have hurt anyone out there, I can't tell you how much I say from the bottom of my heart that I am very, very sorry. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith, as there is a drive into deep left field by Castellanos. It will be a home run, so that will make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again. I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds. I don't know if it's going to be for the bosses at Fox. I want to apologize to the people who signed my paycheck, for the Reds, for Fox Sports Ohio, for the people I work with, and for anybody that I offended here tonight. What a fucking apology. Like, what the fuck? He's apologizing, and he just goes, oh, line drive, it's going to make it a 4-0 game? So anyway, I'm really sorry about saying the F word. Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, okay, they're watching the game. They can see it. They really don't need you to commentate the very obvious shit that's happening. Right? Like, I already don't really get why they have a commentator for a game like baseball where it's very obvious everything that's happening.
Yeah, baseball's very straightforward.
Yeah, like, I get it in a sport where there's some shit you might miss, or they can give you some sort of information that isn't immediately obvious as soon as you look at the screen. But baseball is like, there's really only ever 2 things happening at once.
You can always see everything going on.
Exactly. It's the ball is being hit and there are dudes running, and that's really it. Like, you keep track of those 2 things and you're golden. So I'm gonna be straight up. I thought Joe would be back into the call by now, but I guess he's not.
Alright.
I don't know why he isn't here, but that's always good. Oh, nice. And he's in the Instagram group chat and he just said sorry. Wow. He should probably take some tips from, what's this fucking guy's name? Tom Brenneman. But his first name is spelled all stupid. So it's Tom, but it's T-H-O-M, yes. Yes, that was...
T-H-O-M?
T-H-O-M, like thumb. His name is Tom Brenneman.
I mean, I'm assuming his full name is Thomas, but they didn't remove the H for the nickname?
Yeah, for some weird reason. Like, what, you have another Tom? You have another Tom, so you need to go, this is Tom with a TH. See, the only convenient thing to come from this dude saying that is now they don't need to make that distinction anymore, because there's only one Tom that works there now.
True.
He fucking got fired. I mean, he probably got fired. I didn't follow up, but, like, I'm pretty sure he was fired, like, directly after that game. There's no way that he says that shit and just keeps his job. You can tell that, like, it's not something that he should say because I don't want to say it, and I've got, like, nothing to fucking lose.
True.
Like, if I don't want to say it because I don't want to have people, like, try to cancel me, then he definitely shouldn't be fucking saying it. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know. That shit is ridiculous. So, I guess now my question for how this episode is going to continue is, Joe had something he wanted to say about K-pop, because last episode we promised to talk about it, and now he's just not fucking here, and I don't know what his story was going to be. Like,
I got my next one ready if you want to jump.
I gotcha. I also have a K-pop thing ready, but, like, it's not as good as both of us talking about it. So if you want to, talk about something while I try to get to the fucking bottom of where he went.
Alright, I got something simpler if you want to do that, and we can wait for him. For the K-pop.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we can end with K-pop if you want.
So, do you know... I saw it on YouTube a while ago, but it was an internet trend for a while. It's called Movie Plots Explained Badly.
Yes.
Right, I love it. It's like people take movie plots, for anybody who doesn't know what it is. They take movie plots. They explain it in a way where, like, can't argue that they're wrong, but nobody would ever think to describe the movie in this way. And you basically just have to guess what it is. So I have a ton of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna go through a few.
I actually saw one recently that I wanna say. This
Sure.
was one I think I saw earlier today or something, and it was like, it was for The Force Awakens, right? And it was just angry man with burning cross chases interracial couple.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah.
And I was like,
That was one of them.
oh fuck, yeah, his lightsaber is a
It's like,
cross.
you can't say
Fuck.
he's wrong.
Yeah, exactly, because it is an angry man with a cross that is burning, chasing down an interracial couple. Fuck. All right, so if you want to list a few,
Alright,
I can
so
try to
I'm gonna-
guess, I guess.
I'm going to start with an easy one. You ready?
Okay.
Young incest couple attempts to kill their father.
That's Star Wars.
There we go. Keeping with the theme.
Yeah.
Alright. Let me see what else I got. Alright, this one I feel like is pretty easy too. An illegal alien is bullied in high school.
An illegal alien is bullied in high school? Fuck. I feel like it should be simple. Fuck, I don't know what.
Superman.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Alright, now here's a few of my favorite ones. A mentally disturbed man kills several children before abandoning one of them at the scene of the crime.
Is that Star Wars Episode 3? No, wait, he doesn't leave any of those fuckers alive. Never mind. I mean, I guess... Nah, never mind. Right, so what movie is it?
It was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, fuck. He does kill, like, 5 or 6 kids.
Yeah. And he just leaves Charlie to inherit the factory. While the murders
Really?
occurred.
That's not really how inheritance works, I think. I don't think you should be like, fuck it, it's yours now, bye. I feel like there's some paperwork involved. Like, you can't just be like, you know what, fuck it, my entire company is yours. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go fly off into the sunset now. It's like, dude, you think he went back to the company, and he's like, alright, I own this now, and then just like, the dude that was next to fucking Willy Wonka, like, in the chain of command is like, you really think I'm gonna let some fucking kid take over this entire company? Fuck that. Like, no, go back home.
Call the cops.
That is not a contract.
Frame the kid.
Just because this fucking psychopath said it doesn't mean it's legally binding. Fuck you, I own this company now.
Would be next in line, though. One of the Oompa Loompas.
Oh, dude, maybe there's like a chief Oompa Loompa who's like slightly taller than all the rest.
He's next of kin.
Willy Wonka's next of kin, Frederick Wonka. It's just some fucking dude that's like completely normal. Like Willy Wonka was the weird one out of the Wonka family. Like the entire rest of the family are completely normal.
Fred's an accountant.
Yeah, exactly. He's a fucking tax attorney. Yeah, it's just like the most boring shit. He's an insurance adjuster. Like
Changed
that.
his name.
He changed.
He's like, "Get up, my brother."
Exactly. He's like, there's no way. So he he changes his name to fucking John Doe. He's like, fuck it, I must become someone else.
All right, this is one of my favorites. This one I came up with on my own, actually.
Okay.
Authorities assault a colored man with OCD.
I don't know.
Give you a hint. It's a recent movie, like
It's a-
past 5 years.
It's a recent. Okay, it's a
in the
recent.
past 5 years.
It's a recent movie, and can you give
It
me
was
the
huge when it came out.
the poor explanation again?
Right. It's local authorities assault a colored man with OCD.
Fuck, what is this? I don't
People
know.
lost their fucking shit over this movie. It was a huge, huge movie when it came out.
Fuck, I mean, the problem is I automatically just think like Black Panther, but that's probably not it at all.
You're on the right track.
Okay. Fuck, I don't know. I just got off work like an hour ago, so like, I am completely brain fried right now. So, you know, I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
give you a hint.
Okay.
Right, so I use the term colored because people usually refer to black when they say colored.
Okay.
There are more colors than that, though.
There are more colors than that. Captain Planet? What
He
the
was
fuck?
black. I said he was no.
What the fuck?
Give up.
Ah, fuck. Okay, it's a big movie that came out in the past 5 years, and the
Say it
main
one more time before I reveal it.
the main character is like a multicolored for some reason. He's built like a rainbow.
The colored man with OCD, and he's assaulted by local authorities. Give up.
Shazam?
Oh.
Fuck, what is it?
Infinity War.
Oh, fuck, yeah, okay, because Thanos is purple. He's collecting all the stones. Fuck, that's good. That's a good one.
And this is my last one, and I love this one. I saved this one for last because it completely undermines the entire plot.
Okay.
I'm right in this summary, but it leaves no clue, no elements of the plot whatsoever.
Star Wars.
Completely undermines their efforts.
It's Star Wars. It's not?
It is a very, very like this is easily one of the most famous movies of all time. Ready?
Okay.
Girl takes a long nap on a farm.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's literally what that movie is about. Is she hits her head
a
and
dream.
she fucking dreams a crazy thing and then wakes up and everything's fine.
Love that one though, because it just undermines everything they fucking wrote.
Exactly.
And that's
They're
what you
like,
get for writing a dream story.
they're like-
That's a cop out.
they're like, dude, isn't this shit cool? Guess what? It doesn't exist. Fuck you. Story over.
Dream stories are always a cop out.
Yeah, that shit is usually pretty not good. When it's just a dream. They're like, haha, and it was a dream the whole time. It's like,
Gotcha.
okay. No thanks, I'm
So
good.
there's no consequences.
Exactly. Haha, I can write a story and not have consequences. Isn't that cool? Not really. You know, it's kind of shitty, actually. Feels really shitty when you set up a bunch of things and then just have them not happen. I think by that same logic, I think the only way they could have saved the new Star Wars trilogy from sucking is reveal it was actually just a dream.
Oh my god.
That would have actually fixed that entire trilogy for me.
George Lucas's dream.
As if, yeah, right at the end, it's just George
Right.
Lucas's dream. Yeah, exactly.
Wakes up in bed screaming.
Yeah, he wakes up like, wow, that was fucking stupid. There's no way Palpatine would have kids. What, after he gets fucking exploded twice, he had kids after that?
Palpatine fucked.
Yeah.
Like, everybody ignored the fact that Palpatine fucked.
Yeah, too many people are ignoring the fact that, canonically, he did just have to nut in someone. Like... Okay, there's a lot canonically weird about Star Wars, but I think that's the weirdest part.
They're still going. They just announced episode 10.
What the fuck? What is it even going to be about?
I mean, not 10. 12. Oh, not 12. Wait. Yeah.
10.
And 10.
Because it's, 3 trilogies.
7, 8, 9. Yeah, now they're on 10.
Oh yeah, well they're going to make it another trilogy, so it's going to go up to 12.
Yeah.
So if they announce 10, they did just announce 10, 11, and 12.
Unrelated.
Oh, really?
Yes, like, who cares?
It's
Not
completely...
just make it a different movie. Why is it even Star Wars anymore if
It's
it's unrelated?
completely... So is it just like further in time?
Yes, but just stop making Star Wars movies. Stop franchising Star Wars. Just
Or just
three
make
good
it a
movies out of, what,
spin-off.
13 movies?
Just make it a spin-off. I have no problem with the spin-off movies sucking, right? When they're like, oh, we're putting out 3 new movies, and in between, we're going to put out Rogue One and Solo. Okay. And I heard both of those movies sucked. So I was like, okay, I'm just not going to watch them. That's fine. The problem is when episode 8 and 9 both also suck.
Oh my god.
It's like-
Episode 9, I think, was the worst. So for like all of them.
I think it was really bad, but I can't put all of the blame on episode 9 because episode 8 just fucked every single plot thread up. Like,
But alright, episode 8 sucked, don't get me wrong, but episode 8 didn't bring back Palpatine.
yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, the first line of the, like, episode 9 immediately fucks the whole movie.
It was the opening text crawl.
The first line. Yeah. Well, my favorite part is that the opening text crawl goes like, "The dead speak. Emperor Palpatine sent out a message to the whole galaxy, letting everyone know that he's alive." And then the first thing that happens in the movie is they go meet up with their spies that have infiltrated the First Order to bring them the top secret classified information that Palpatine is alive. So did he send out a fucking message and everyone just ignored it?
DM them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, what? But, like,
Fucking hell.
what the fuck? They went, Palpatine sent out a message, and now everyone knows he's alive. Okay, we've gone to our top spies, and they say, oh my god, he's alive. It's like, shouldn't everyone know that by now? What the fuck was the opening text crawl, then? What, was it just a lie?
I don't know why people forgot that J.J. Abrams can't write endings.
Yeah.
We were all excited when we found out that he came back for episode 9 after Rian Johnson fucked up 8.
Yeah.
But his big thing is Lost. Everybody loved Lost, but I think everybody agreed that the ending of Lost was fucking trash.
Yeah, I never watched Lost, so, like, I don't know. But, yeah. If the new Star Wars trilogy is anything to go off of, he cannot fucking write endings. Like, he didn't really have a whole lot to work with, but, like, I was reading something recently, like, they've started actually talking to the people that were in the movie, like, as actors, and, like, they are all shit-talking the whole trilogy, right? Like,
Oh, of course.
I think they recently interviewed John Boyega and Daisy Ridley. So just, like, Finn and Rey. And they both had some shit to talk. Like, dude,
I'm sure there was tons of bullshit
okay,
going on.
Daisy Ridley straight up said they started filming episode 9 and they still weren't sure who her family was.
Yeah, I believe it.
They still hadn't figured it out. She said she talked to J.J. Abrams and they said they think they want to go with Palpatine, but they're not sure yet, so start filming the action scenes now. Like, start doing the stunts now.
Fan theories right after episode 7, and I think he just went with that.
No, I think they were like, oh, fuck, who could it be? Fuck it, have it be nobody, but why is she so powerful? Fuck! Wait, we don't even have a villain because every 5 minutes Kylo Ren can't decide if he's evil or good. That's not a very good villain.
Oh my god.
That dude switches
talking
character
about this
every
last
5 minutes. It's like, dude, what? How is this a
Star Wars is
villain?
one of the few things that makes me go like full fanboy, like just full nerd mode, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking last night, and like, well, one of the things I hated most about the new trilogy was Kylo Ren's redemption. And I was like, Vader was cool as shit. He just blew up planets. He didn't take anybody's shit. He was a badass, right?
Yeah.
They still redeemed him, and I was okay with it. So I was trying to think, like, what was different about his redemption? And I narrowed it down to 2 things. Number 1, he killed Palpatine, right? And that was badass.
Well, he tried.
Number 2, though,
Clearly, he didn't kill him because he shows up in episode 9.
alright, ignoring the events of episode 9, he killed him.
If Star Wars ended when it should have, then yes, he killed him.
Number 2 was, he had a fucking reason.
Yeah, because he was.
They didn't bother writing a reason to
fucking
redeem Kylo Ren.
shooting lightning at Luke. Like,
He's like, alright, I want you to kill your father and take his place, or you can kill your son or watch me kill your son and keep your power. And he's like, no, fuck him. He throws him
he's
off
like,
the
nah,
back and
fuck that. I'll blow you up, and then I don't know, get you
No
laid
reason to change.
somehow.
Then when they were just like, okay, well, we're Disney, so he has to be good at the end.
Yeah, it's like, dude, what? You can't just have someone be evil. Don't you have literally like an enemy faction that you are trying to paint as actual like space Nazis? Like they're going around just genociding shit, and like you need the leader of them to be like, I don't know about all this evil stuff. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
I would like to point out that after episode 7, on episodes 8 and 9, I don't think they blew up a single planet. But they don't even count as Star Wars movies. You have to blow up at least one planet for it to be a Star Wars movie.
In 7 they did, and in 9 they did, I think.
Blow one up in 9?
Yeah, don't they show that every fucking Star Destroyer that Palpatine has can blow up like 5 planets at once or some shit?
They said they could, but did they ever actually do it?
I think they showed it.
Okay, maybe they did.
I think they did. I can't remember. I'm not going to rewatch that movie, but I think they did. I think my favorite thing that someone pointed out about Kylo in episode 9 is that he has the helmet back. Like, he got it back. Like, he had it fixed.
But yeah,
And the shit... Yeah, the shit that I think is funny is that when... Like, you know, he breaks it in the elevator in... Fuck, what was it? Last Jedi, I think? Where he breaks it?
I think so.
It was 7 or 8, and he, like, smashes it against the fucking thing. I think it was 7, but it might be 8. But he's smashing the helmet, like, to pieces. Like, he decimates the fucking thing. And then someone was pointing this out to me, and they're like, so Kylo just had to do the virgin walk back to the elevator to pick up all the pieces to have it refused together.
Somebody with the pieces be like, can you fix it?
Exactly. He has his hands cupped and all the pieces are in, and he's like, please. This is our bad guy. It's fucking Adam Driver, and he looks really sad.
That's why I don't get why everybody said he was the best part of the new trilogy.
He really wasn't.
He was a horrible villain.
Yeah, no, there was nothing that I really liked about him as a character.
He was like a whiny teenager.
I mean, yeah, basically. Even his motivation sucked. Why are you evil? Because Luke tried to kill me once.
Yeah.
So you're evil now? What the fuck? How does that work? Huh, okay then. I guess that's just how that works. Alright. Speaking of, well, alright, I guess Joe is not coming back this episode.
Yeah, I think he's having technical problems.
I think he's been incarcerated now.
Maybe.
Although, you know what I do respect? I respect Disney saying fuck all this culture shit in their most recent movie.
Which one?
Mulan. Mulan, dude. Did you see what the fuck they just did with Mulan? Did you see no, it's not even...
Original.
Okay, the original's pretty good. But, like, you don't need to see the remake to know about this. You don't need... This is something that is incredibly fucked up.
I mean, I've just heard that it sucks.
Dude, I admire the gumption that Disney has to be able to do this. Like, if... I don't know why the fuck they do this. In the credits of Mulan, they thank the administrators of a nearby concentration camp that they filmed nearby.
Did hear about that.
They filmed in an area that has a concentration camp, and in the credits, they thanked the fucking CCP and, like, the people running it.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is the matter with you? What? Who thought that was a good idea?
I want to make something clear. I'm not racist. I think don't be racist is a good message. The problem is when people try way too hard to the point where, like, accept things that aren't okay to accept. Like that. Like thanking the leaders of a Chinese concentration camp because they're Chinese. Like that's
yeah, exactly.
Not okay.
It's like, thank you guys for being for being Chinese. It's like, no, they're running a concentration camp. Fuck them. They're scumbags. Like,
it doesn't matter what culture they're from. It's a concentration camp. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, and it's okay to say that's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I've found pretty generally that if you try to pit yourself against whoever is running concentration camps, you tend to come out on the right side of history.
Yeah.
Like, if you just oppose concentration camps, you're pretty safe from being demonized historically. Like, they're literally running concentration camps, and Mulan, the movie, at the end, they go, "Thank you for letting us film here, guys. You've been too kind." No, they haven't. If they were too kind, they'd fucking shut down and let everyone go.
Did you hear what Twitter and Facebook did recently?
No, what did they do?
Speaking of fake cultural awareness.
Yeah.
So the big thing now is that the media is trying to hide all the theories about COVID coming from a Chinese lab.
Yeah, oh yeah.
99% sure it did. Because they think it's like racist to say that the Chinese would try to do this to hurt people or whatever, and I don't think they were doing it to hurt people per se. The leading
Yeah.
theory is that they were doing it to show that their medical industry was as good as ours. They were just experimenting with viruses, which is fairly normal.
Yeah.
But the problem is they weren't being responsible enough, and it got out. Right? So we've been tossing this theory around for a while, and I've seen it covered on the media a few times. But finally, a woman who
Oh, I think I did see this.
insider details. You saw this? Yeah,
I
she had
think so,
insider
yeah.
information from the Chinese government, and she's like, she released it on Facebook and Twitter, America. She said, "Yes, it's been confirmed. It's true. It was made in a lab in my country." She's sharing that with the world. She felt that was her responsibility to share it with the world, and I respect that. And Twitter and Facebook blocked her posts for spreading misinformation.
Yeah. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
She's doing the responsible thing.
exactly. She's like, look, was it that she worked in that lab or something? I don't remember. Like, what her.
I think she either worked in the lab or she worked for the government. I don't think she worked for the government. I think she worked for the lab.
Well, I mean, with the CCP, technically everyone works for the government because the government has stock in every company.
Yeah, true.
Like, that's part of the fucking rules to set up a company in China is you need to let the CCP own your company. So, yeah, everyone works for the government, but, like, dude, China is beyond fucked. Like, China is doing some fucking goofy shit. Like, I don't know why they're even doing it. Like, okay, I'm gonna try to remember what the number is, but China has started building ghost cities.
Cities.
A ghost city is a fucking massive city, like, basically like you would see in the US, except fucking no one's there. It is completely abandoned.
For what purpose?
I don't know yet. They just started building, like, a shit ton of them. Like, they just started building a bunch of cities and they're just empty. Right? Like, they don't need those cities yet. They might be, like, just waiting until their population grows even further and then setting up cities for people to move into once that happens. But I feel like just saying they're building ghost cities is, like, not enough to adequately tell you how much they've been doing. So I saw one stat somewhere. I don't have it on me, so I'm going to try to remember it. But basically, I believe they started or they were, like, really ramping up production in, like, 2013. And it was in the year of 2013, China poured more concrete to build buildings than the US did in the past 100 years.
Jesus Christ.
It's fucking crazy. In the past 100 years, China pours more concrete in, like, a year and a half. That shit is absolutely insane. Yeah?
Or somebody tries to pull some bullshit like fake news. I would like to point out that Carrick said this was an estimation. Just make
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying, you know, the number can be way off, but, like,
fucking kill us.
exactly. Yeah, I don't care, dude. Fuck China.
True.
Don't.
Between
Yeah,
the lantern
exactly. Yeah, and the lanternflies and the fucking murder hornets.
Oh, God.
They're bringing a lot of stupid, bad shit here. But okay, I feel like you know what I don't like. I feel like I'm sort of obligated to say I'm not saying fuck you if you're from China. Fuck China's government.
Fuck the Chinese government. Exactly.
Yeah, the Chinese government fucking sucks. If you're Chinese, you're probably cool. But fuck your government, dude. Your government sucks. Yeah, exactly. Like,
against the Chinese people, they're victims.
yeah, exactly. Like a lot. Like I'd say probably a lot of the people that are alive in China now had no say over that government being in power. It was just kind of in power when they were born. And that's the kind of shit that takes a while to run its course. But, like,
The other thing that people do, I've noticed this a lot in recent years, that people kind of, like, never want you to say that another country is bad.
yeah,
Like, sometimes I was talking about the Middle East, and, like, because I read this thing saying the average lifespan of a woman in America is 70-something, mid-70s.
yeah.
In the Middle East, it's 40.
Oh my
They're doing
god.
something wrong, and there's nothing wrong with me saying that. I'm not saying, like, Middle East people suck. I'm not saying if you're from the Middle East you suck. I'm saying the lawmakers suck. I'm saying they're evil, horrible people. I think most of the people are victims, and I feel bad for them, and I think we should help them, but the lawmakers, fuck them.
Yeah. See, like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, I agree that, like, if your lifespan looks like that, and if it's very dominated by women dying far younger than men, I think you probably have got some sort of crazy issue on your hands.
Right.
But, like, I think the problem that people do see when you say something like that is it's usually tied to, like, their religion, right? If you're talking about the Middle East, you're talking about some countries that still have Sharia law. Like, not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah.
But it's, like, religiously motivated.
Clear cut right and wrong.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, you have to kind of separate religion and basic morality.
Yeah. I think just because it's someone's belief doesn't mean it can't be...
I mean, they have a right to do it, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Well, here's the thing. I think you have the right to practice your religion peacefully in a way that you want to practice it.
Yeah.
So
Not hurting people, yeah.
So long as you're not depriving other people of their freedom, which is the problem, is because their religion constitutes not giving freedom to women. I think that's where the issue is, right? If you just want to peacefully practice your religion, where it's just you know, praying to whatever the fuck you want to pray to, dude, I'm cool with that. Fuck it, right? That doesn't really affect me. Okay, if it makes you happy, dude, go for it. But, like, if it comes to something as, like, crazy as Sharia law, like, you're starting to lose me. I'm starting to say, well, you might want to avoid doing that.
And something that I feel like we see more in America, too, just for reference, is, like, those ultra Catholic people who, like, don't provide their kids with medical care.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, look, if you want to believe in Christianity or Catholicism or whatever the fuck, okay, fine. Don't not vaccinate your kids. Like, your kids need vaccinations, and they... No, I know, but that's, like part of it.
People that deny their kids basic hospital care.
Yeah.
Life-saving care.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you'd rather let your kid die? Really?
Yeah.
Like...
I think they should be charged with manslaughter at the very least.
Yeah, I think that's fucked up, right? When you're pushing that on your kid. When you're putting your religious beliefs on your kid so hard that they're about to die for your belief, I think that's fucked up. Right? When people are just sort of peacefully practicing their own religion and everyone is sort of a willing participant, I really don't give a fuck, right? That's why I think Amish people are cool. Because they make a lot of cool shit, and...
They don't hurt people.
Exactly. They're not depriving anyone of their freedom, right? If you don't want to be Amish, you can leave. They're not going to like you, but you can leave. Right? You can leave and just go into modern society and be fine. Like, it'll probably be some sort of adjustment period, and you probably can't go back to Amish town, but, like, you know, being free doesn't mean you're free of consequence, you know what I mean? Like, if you disagree with what they believe in, that's fine. But Amish people also aren't militantly against people that do use modern technology. Like, I've driven around fucking Amish country a lot, and never once has a horse and buggy tried to ram me off the road. I feel like half of that is because they know I'd fucking destroy them, but second is because I don't think they care. They're not like, yeah, fuck you, get out of here. Devil, you fucking devil car driver. Like, no, they're not like that. They're just cool.
No, of course not.
But it's because they're like, fuck it, we just want to do our thing. And I'm like, okay, alright, sounds good. So long as you're not really fucking anyone that badly, like, okay. I mean, I guess, you know, the traffic there kind of sucks, because top speed is like horse pulling a thing speed. You know, you literally have a 2 horsepower engine, because you got 2 horses pulling a fucking box. But, like, you know, that's really not that big a deal. So, I think before we start really wrapping up here, I got one more thing I want to talk about. We were kind of on the topic of it, which is people trying to seem like they're very cultured, or they're trying to seem like a better person because they engage with things from other cultures. I'm going to really try to not be political, and I think talking about this, I think any rational person will acknowledge that this isn't a political thing. This is just a fucking cringy clown thing. And this was, I think September is like Hispanic History Month or something, right? It's like, it's something to do with, like, you know, it's the month where you sort of I guess, investigate Hispanic culture, right? I think
I know where you're going.
Okay, good.
I know exactly where you're going. Keep going.
Okay, good. So that's sort of I guess the right term would be flavor of the month. I think that's the flavor of the month for September is Hispanic, right? And I'm like, okay, whatever. Where I start to say this is getting a little fucking ridiculous is when Joe Biden decides he wants to walk out on stage at an event and just take out his phone and play Despacito. He literally walks out. He goes, "Hang on." He reaches for his phone. He goes, "Hang on, I want to show you something real quick." And then he just starts playing Despacito on his phone into a microphone, and he just starts doing the weird, cringy old man dance, looking at the crowd like, "Hey guys, look, Despacito, am I right?" Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
For me.
What's up?
For me.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I played Despacito. Now give me your vote. Like, what the fuck? How is that? I think that is incredibly racist that he just walked out and just went, "Hey guys, Despacito, have you voted for me yet?" Like, you think it's that easy? Really?
And they're still trying to argue that he's of sound mind.
Yeah, I think that's fucking crazy. Here's the thing. Here's where I really take issue is not only is he so mentally not caught up with what we're doing right now that he thought that was a good idea, but also he surrounds himself with people that wouldn't stop him from doing that. Yeah. He's got to be surrounded by fucking psychopaths if he's like, "Hey guys, check this out. I'm going to go off script. I'm going to walk out. I'm going to play Despacito. The entire crowd is going to love it. No one is going to say I look like a jackass." And they go, "Sounds good, Joe. Go get him, Tiger." And they push him out on stage. Like, what the fuck is going on? This
election's going to be crazy.
Oh, dude, it's going to be fucking nutty. Like,
2015 was bad.
Yeah, really. 2016 seemed crazy, but like, fuck, dude, God is pulling out all the stops this year.
People are just going to be fucking killing each other. We were already polarized, but Jesus Christ.
People are already killing each other.
More.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, people are already killing each other based solely upon their political affiliations. You see, I think it was in Portland where a dude literally got his fucking head blown off because he had a MAGA hat.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's like, wow. And then the dude tried to argue it was self-defense. The dude tried to argue it was self-defense, and there's like there's security camera footage of him like stalking the guy in the hat. Like, he's following him and like hiding behind shit, sneaking up on him, and he argued it was self-defense.
Jesus.
It's like, yeah, exactly. Politics are just fucking ridiculous. But like, what the? Why is this not getting talked about more? That a dude was literally just gunned down for his political affiliations. Like, dude, I don't care what side of politics you're on. I think you should be able to say, "Hey, that's fucked up."
Yeah.
Right? No matter what that person's political belief is, I don't care how extreme they are in their beliefs, you still shouldn't be fucking shot for political beliefs.
Don't kill people.
Right? Like, take the furthest end of the spectrum on the right and the left. I don't think either of those people should be shot just for thinking that. Like, I don't think either of them deserve to fucking die for it, but, like, clearly this dude thought otherwise. Dude, this shit is fucking crazy. People are going actually insane. Like, I don't know what the fucking deal is. Like,
World's going to shit.
Yeah. I saw a great analogy about what the world is doing right now, and I think it was Tim Pool that said it, and it was pretty funny. He was basically saying, like, the reason shit has gone so crazy in 2020 is, like, imagine if the entire world is a simulation, and it's just like a video game like Civilization or something, and, like, we've already achieved the win condition, like, a decade ago or something. And, like, instead of quitting, you just keep playing the game even though you already won. He's like, when you win a game of Civilization, it asks if you want to keep playing even though you've already won. whatever happened, we're in the game that keeps going after the game is already over. The game ended, but we're still going. So it's just like crazy, wacky shit is happening because there's literally nothing left to happen.
Running out of ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The world is running out of ideas, so now they're like, fuck it. Let's get Joe Biden to walk on stage and just Despacito. Like, words do not describe how out of left field that was. Like, I saw the headline and I was like, there's no way. This is fake. I was like, this is straight up fake. Like, this is not real.
I saw the video.
And then I watched the video and I was like, oh my god, it's real. What the fuck? Like, what? What? He just he walks out and plays Despacito. I can't stop being surprised by it.
I never will.
Every time I think it, I'm just like, no, he didn't. And I'm like, fuck, yes he did. He did that. Why? Why would you do that? He literally just goes, you know what? You know what I think will win the Hispanic votes? If I just do a weird old man cringy dance to Despacito. He's like, he probably had to ask a fucking campaign aide, like, what the song even was. Just like, hey, what was that song that all the Mexicans liked? Right? He probably said some shit like that. And then they're like, what? And he's like, you know, a few years ago, they were all... Although, the problem is he wouldn't say it's a few years ago, because he's living 2015 right now. Like, because he's the Internet Explorer of humans, where he's just way behind.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey guys, Despacito, isn't this cool? And it's like, you know, maybe a couple of years it was, and he's like, what do you mean a couple of years ago? This shit is popping off right now. It's like, it's really not popping off right now.
It never stop.
Yeah, like, I mean...
Lives on in spirit.
What's up?
Lives on in spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone has the Despacito spirit inside of them, and if you're Joe Biden, you have it outside of you.
Just lives it every day.
You're overflowing with Despacito spirit, and you just need to convey it with your Hispanic audience.
Oh my god.
Dude, I can't think... The only way that it could have been more... Whichever phrase you want to use, I would say it's either racist or culturally insensitive. The only way it could have been worse is if he came out with a sombrero on.
Yeah.
That's the only, like, if he the only conceivable way it could get worse is he comes out with a fucking sombrero on, Despacito starts playing, and he just drops the hat and starts doing a fucking Mexican hat dance. Like,
I would rather see that, though.
So would I, because I'd be like, I don't think he's physically capable of dancing like that. Like, that's why he was doing that shitty back and forth thing. Like, I think we just found his equivalent of Pokemon Go to the polls.
Oh my god.
But at least with that, it was just pandering to all young people of every demographic. It was just like, hey, everyone under the age of 30, are you going to vote for me? Haha, I know Pokemon Go. But now it's like...
that she was worse, but...
I mean, sure.
Racist, maybe?
What's up?
Maybe less racist?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely less racist, because Pokemon Go was like, it doesn't matter what race you were still...
Demographic,
yeah, you still knew what it was, right? If you were under the age of 30, you knew about Pokemon Go. That's just how it was. So she's like, hey, everyone under 30, vote for me. Because, haha, I said the Pokemon Go. It's like, well, okay, great, thanks. But now he just went, hey, Hispanics, you know what? I'm down with your culture. I know you guys like the Despacito song. Like, I don't know. That's fucking ridiculous. We should wrap up.
Alright.
That's really all I've got to say. I guess we should probably quickly promise... Joe will probably tell his K-pop related story next week.
Okay.
I mean, hopefully. I don't know what the fuck he's doing right now, but he just disappeared, so... You know, whatever.
I think there was something wrong with his computer.
I mean, maybe. Maybe. I think he's just listening to some BTS right now. I think he's unwinding. He's like, dude, I've had a very stressful day. I'm gonna listen to some Blackpink. He's like, nothing gets me going like the fucking K-pop idols. That's definitely some shit he'd say.
True.
He says shit like that all the time, I swear.
Like, I love K-pop. K-pop.
Yeah, exactly. It would be this would be an even funnier bit if I knew the name of a single K-pop idol, so I could say he like stands her, but like I don't, so I can't. All I can say is like the name of both bands that I know of. Fuck. All right. We should wrap up here. So, thank you for listening. You know, it's been cool. Hopefully you were able to just chill, hang out. You know, all that. Thank you for listening. You know, hopefully share it around, help it grow. That'd be cool. You know, I'm not gonna make you. So, yeah, I think that's episode 4. Wait, what's up?
Well, they'll have to. We'll make them.
Oh, well, you do that. I'll on one hand be like, hey, I'm not gonna make you. Nate will though. Nate's gonna show up to your house. He'll find you. He's got the drone.
I have the drone.
Release the drone. That's what I'll say when I find out you didn't share this video. Say Nate released the drone, and he'll send the drone to your fucking house, dude. He knows.
Live within 7 miles of me.
Fuck it. I can drive you closer.
Try somewhere and launch it. You're right.
Exactly. We're unstoppable. Hit up North Korea and be like, hey, can we use some of your intercontinental missiles, please? No, I swear, you should help. Joe really likes your music. He's a huge K-pop fan. He hates to admit it, but he loves it. Exactly. And Kim Jong-un would be like, oh, yeah, okay, sweet, here you go. And he would just give us the codes for them.
Jesus.
Problem is they don't fucking work, but, like, the codes are just, like, written on, like, a torn-up lined piece of paper in crayon. I feel like that's some shit that would happen. Alright. Thank you for listening. If you listened, it means a lot.
All right. See you guys later.
Yeah. See ya.